Smash that limiter!
Hello, everybody. How's it going?
Hello, everyone. How are you?
There was a bit of a delay on there. I had to wait for fucking the thing to end.
Yeah.
It was taking a while, and then the ads. I fucking hate YouTube ads, man. They're so annoying.
They are. And they seem to be getting more aggressive, I've noticed.
Yeah, they are. I've even noticed with Amazon as well, like Amazon
Oh, yeah,
Prime.
like Amazon has always been fucking crazy.
Yeah, they're now like increasing the ads and the ads and the ads and the ads. It's fucking annoying. Sometimes it takes like 5 minutes just for it to bloody go back to watching your movie or program. It's fucking annoying. Anyway.
I was listening to a video on the way to work, and
Yeah.
I shit you not, I actually got obviously didn't watch the whole thing. I literally got an actual podcast episode in the form of an ad. It was literally the whole what we do, like in this sort of format where you introduce yourself and there's two people like
Yeah.
in like talking to each other. I'm thinking this is like an hour-long video. Why do I have why
So
is it
weird,
here?
isn't it? It's so weird, isn't it? Like,
Ads should be like 15, maybe 30 seconds long at max. But
yeah.
a whole podcast episode? What the hell?
Yeah, I know. It's so fucking weird the way ads have gone. And like, because so many ads are now AI as well, it's just a pain in the
Oh,
ass.
yeah.
And like in SA, there's a REA ad with a fucking bee, and it's
Yeah.
just fucking shit. It's so
Oh,
annoying.
God.
It's actually an aggravating ad. Hey, like it's very aggravating to me. Like I hate it so much, especially since I used to be insured with REA and just how shit they are as an insurance company to deal with when things go wrong. Like the chances of them covering you is so fucking annoyingly slim. They're just a pain in the ass to deal with. Like when things go wrong and like someone rear ends you, they for some reason won't come to the party and then they make it's your fault. And it's like, no, it's not. They rear ended me. Like, fuck you.
How how is that literally like not like textbook?
Yeah, well, it wasn't. So what happened? It happened to Ray. So what happened was Ray was at a I wasn't with her. Ray was at a McDonald's drive-through, and as she was entering, because the drive-through is 2 lanes, so she's entering, and anyway, and there was another woman, an old lady in an old Ford, like a Ford Falcon or something like that, or
Yeah.
no, it wasn't. Ray was in an old Ford Falcon. She was in like a newer sort of hatchback type vehicle. Anyway. And anyway, so Ray takes her orders and she got served first, but then the lady, she must have got something simple like a coffee or something like that. Anyway, and then as Ray starts going to go, she fucking scoots around and cuts Ray off, right? Ray's like, what a bitch.
Yeah.
Anyway, but didn't think anything of it. Ray then goes to the window and pays and then gets her food, while the woman in front of her's obviously she must have ordered like a coffee or something because she was waiting a lot longer than Ray. So Ray got her stuff and then ran around and proceeded to go around her and then go forward. As she's exiting the drive-through, the bitch fucking rear ends her. So she must have got a coffee and put her foot down and then smacked into the back of Ray. Like so it's a dog leg. So like you got probably 60 meters of road after the window, and then there's a curve at the end. So,
yeah. I can imagine that.
Yeah, you got a curve at the end, and then it goes into the main car park.
Yeah.
And she hit her when she was at the curve, like the turn bit. She hit her ass end. And then anyway, and the fucking lady was blaming Ray, saying that she was revving and speeding and all that sort of shit. I'm like, how can you?
How do you speed in a
drive-through? Yeah, you can't. And all this sort of shit. And then there was no damage to her car because she had an old Falcon that they're just old fucking tanks. And like it was a 90s Falcon, or even earlier,
Ford Falcon,
maybe even late 80s, early 90s, something
like
that. Okay, pretty old. Anyway, and anyway, there was just happened to be a copper, and I think the copper that dealt with this handled this pretty poorly because he's obviously a spineless cunt. he was dealing with some other bullshit because, you know, the area is pretty feral, so there's a lot of ferals around. He was dealing with that. And this lady just goes up to him and starts fucking like demanding that he do something about a fender bender. Like, honestly. And then she starts carrying on that Ray was speeding and revving the engine really loud. Like I said, it's an old inline six Falcon. They're not, you know, they're not quiet cars, even with stock exhaust, because, you know, they're just old fucking noisy cars. Anyway, and Ray's like, you know, this was when Ray was a bit young as well, and so she's never been in a situation like this before. So she's obviously a bit sort of scared and sort of a bit like sort of freaking out and a bit anxiety driven and all that sort of shit. Anyway, and the cop goes up and starts doing the blame game on her, and she's like, she hit me. Like, he's like, oh, you were revving your car. I saw you driving like a hoon, blah, blah, blah. And she's like, no, you didn't. You weren't even looking this direction. You were literally like in between the two buildings. You were nowhere near the fucking drive-through. Anyway, whatever. Anyway, long story short, fucking REA ended up fucking not covering her even though she was rear-ended.
That's really dumb.
The reason why is because she overtook the vehicle while she was waiting for her coffee. She went around her and continued on. That's why. Apparently, that puts her fault.
What?
Which is bullshit because it's a dual lane road.
That's not illegal.
Yeah. No, it's not, and it's a perfectly legal maneuver because it's a dual lane road. You can go around someone in a car park. Like, there's no law saying you can't do that. Like, fuck off. So yeah, she ended up having to fucking pay the excess and all that stuff, which is bullshit. Like, yeah. So, and then me personally, I had to deal with them when I was rear-ended, and I had to do the chasing, which was a nightmare. You know,
they're just opening themselves up for all their competition to just get ahead of them.
And then also, they don't cover you if you accidentally put petrol in your diesel, put diesel in your petrol. If you put AdBlue, they don't cover you, which is bullshit. They don't cover you for so much stuff. They now
well, then what's the point?
There is no point. They just take your money, and this is what pissed me off with them. Is I was with them for like years and years and years, and they just kept upping and upping and upping my premium to the point where it's like, what? I've never made a claim. Like, why are you doing this? Like, what happened to the days with insurance companies where if you don't make a claim after X amount of time, they start giving you discounts? They don't do that anymore. It fucks me off. Like, even like people in their 80s aren't getting fucking deals anymore. Like, because even when I said to him, I said, well, can't you lower the price because I haven't made a claim? Like, I'm not paying $130 a month. Like, what the fuck?
Holy crap.
Yeah, $135 a month. Yeah. And they're like, oh, the only way you can make discount would be if you're like in your 80s, but then it's only like $10 off.
What?
Yeah, fucking criminal, man.
Okay.
Yeah.
Like, at some point, it becomes cheaper to just actually not have insurance because chances, I mean, like,
yeah, you're right.
Well, I don't know what's going on.
If you put the money aside that you pay for insurance and you never make a claim, you will have enough money to buy a whole new car. 100%.
Yeah, pretty much.
Yeah.
And even, you know, cover damages if something to the other person if something happens as well. Because like it's sort of getting to a point where it's like, well, if you price yourself out of you can price. It's not hard to price yourself out of the market at all.
No.
So if chop shops or you know body repair shops can repair something relatively cheaply, and to the point where it's like, well, if you take the claim into account, like if you take the premium claim into account and you pay your premiums, which who knows how much that's going to be, and then you've got the costs, half the time I find as well, just to add to it, half the time I find myself that the premium costs more than it is to just pay out of pocket.
It is. I mean, like, don't get me wrong, newer cars are more expensive these days. But still, like, unless you hit a Ferrari or something like that, which would send you bankrupt.
Yeah.
But then even then, you're not. The chances of hitting Ferrari pretty slim, and
yeah.
And generally, people look out for cars like that and avoid them unless you're an idiot. But then again, if you're an idiot, you probably wouldn't do what we're talking about anyway. You would just pay the money in the insurance company and fucking be none the wiser.
Yeah.
But yeah, no, it's bullshit. Like, and then like they also don't cover hail damage anymore after there was a severe
Really?
hailstorm. Yeah,
Oh
no, no.
yeah. I'm not because like again, it's just like, oh, we're gonna cover you for the most extreme of circumstances, not the common
Yeah.
circumstances. Which is like, well, then there's literally no point in giving you
No.
any like. There's no point in the coverage
Yeah,
anymore.
there's no point because like even if you get in a fender bender or get in a car crash, that you will have to fight them tooth and nail to get on the party and work out the fix for your car, and then even then they'll undersell you on the value of your car.
Yeah.
So you know, insurance companies are a pain in the ass. That's why I ended up going to an insurance broker. So then that way it's one way cheaper for me, way cheaper for me to do an insurance broker. Because they look for the best deals. My car's under a business, even though well, I do claim a lot of it on tax because I do use my car for work and that. But
Yeah, makes sense.
so like, you know, it's I get a really good discount, I get a good deal. I'm covered if the wrong fuel gets put in, all that sort of stuff. Like so it and then I don't really have to fight it. The insurance broker fights for me. So I don't have to do shit, which is nice.
Yeah.
So yeah. I dealt with this insurance broker quite a lot through work. So like I know what they're like, and they fight pretty hard for their customers, so that's good. And they know what to say, what needs to be done for insurance companies to pay out as well. So they're pretty
Right.
clever with that stuff as well because they know the laws, so they don't let insurance companies get away with shit. Which is nice, but because I don't know the loopholes and stuff where they do. So I just insurance in general is just a pain in the ass. But yeah, that's like I'm interested. The other day there was an event in town where someone was complaining about there's these pine trees in the middle of town and there's got roots that pushing up the road. Happens everywhere.
Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, and his fucking caravan came off his tow ball.
Oh yeah, I remember
And
you
he's-
telling me that.
He was
Story.
complaining about the tree roots under the road, and I'm like looking at it, and I'm like, I don't think you hooked up your caravan to your vehicle correctly. I think that's the problem because if it was hooked up correctly, it wouldn't have come undone over little bumps.
Oh, you're not little bumps, no. Well, I mean, like, I'd be grateful it happened in a slow,
No,
like
yeah,
when
it was
when you were
coming into
driving
a
slowly,
roundabout.
not
Yeah.
yeah.
But the chain, like I
Holy
noticed, I
crap.
was looking at it, and the chain wasn't even like the chain was just sitting there on the ground. It didn't look damaged or anything. So like, I doubt he ripped the fucking chain off, because they're designed to hold quite a lot of weight on them. But I think he made the mistake. I mean, it's easy enough to do. Like whenever I hook my trailer up, I'll put down the ball joint, and I actually have a locking pin for my, little tab that you push down and then you pull the handle up
Yeah.
on a tow ball design.
Yeah, just to
When
really make sure that you did it correctly.
I always put an R clip through the little eyelet, so then that way it can't come undone.
Yeah.
And then also I'll grab the head of the trailer and reef it up like I'm going over bumps
Oh,
to make
yeah,
sure
yeah,
it
yeah.
won't pop out. So I
Yeah.
always do that, and I'll do it like 3 or 4 times, just to make sure that it's gonna stay on the car if I go over a speed bump. And then 100% of the time, I'll put the fucking chains on and do all the safety things. Even if I'm only going around the corner, I'll still do it because of that exact reason. If you make a mistake, you have safety nets to protect you.
Yeah.
But obviously
You know,
they made the fuck up on that one. But anyway, but I just find it funny how the post was moved. So I'd imagine the comments were like, "I think you made the mistake. I don't think blaming the roads is a good idea because like if you're going over a speed bump, the caravan should not come off your tow ball." So anyway, it's funny.
Yeah.
I do believe though that they should implement some sort of mandatory training for caravanners. Not necessarily people towing trailers, because most people who tow trailers are generally like, on average, more cluey than caravanners. Caravanners will like go buy a car, buy a caravan, buy a caravan, and just send it. But they have no fucking clue about anything. and like to do with weight ratios, to do with all this shit. Like they get suckered in by all these like 24/7 videos on GVM upgrades and all this shit, but they don't understand actually anything, like at all.
I'm curious to see how they would implement a training. What might be worth doing is that if you have a caravan, you have the instructions on how to do it, how to strap
Yeah.
it together correctly, like on the front of the caravan, so that way it's there and it can't.
You know what they need to do? They need to get a mechanic to run the workshops, like a diesel specialist mechanic that works on like all these full drive vehicles and stuff that do the caravan. The reason
That might be a little bit overkill because I think all you need is just a father in his 40s to do that.
No, because even they're fucking idiots. Okay. The reason why I say you need a mechanic, because you need someone who understands the type of pressures and the type of conditions the vehicle is actually going through while towing. And that also comes into the explaining of why you need to do certain maintenance things to a vehicle that's towing 24/7 versus standard car that isn't. Because when you're towing, it's under extreme conditions. Therefore, your service intervals should be more regular. You should not be towing in your overrange gears, which not many people, I reckon like 80% of fucking towers don't understand that if you have a 5-speed gearbox, you do not tow in 5-speed, you tow in 4. If you have a 6-speed gearbox, you tow in 5, not 6. You don't ever tow in your overdrive. And so many people come into work with a blown up gearbox because they've been pushing their car to the point that it's sitting in its overdrive constantly, and then it ends up blowing up the gearbox. Happens all the time. It's been happening more recently with Rangers at the moment. The like 2017 to 2021 or 2020, we've been seeing their gearboxes are blowing up because it's literally because they're towing in high range, and they're not using the gearboxes that they're designed to use. Like they're designed to deal with the pressures of towing, but not in the gears that they're putting it in. Like a few of them said, like, "Oh, I bought this lockout kit for my car, so then that way it locks the automatic gearbox in the high range into the overdrive." And it's like, what? That's why your gearbox is blown up. Like, people do stupid shit, then they don't understand. That's why I think it should be done by someone who, one, is really good at towing, who understands the physics involved with towing, and also understands the pressures the vehicle's going through while towing. So then that way they can explain, yes, a GVM upgrade increases the suspension load to make the car level when driving, but 2, it doesn't upgrade the engine. The engine's still the same. So to avoid the catastrophic failure of the engine, these are the maintenance schedules you should be doing to make sure that your vehicle will stay alive throughout its life while towing 24/7. No one understands that. No one talks about that. 24/7, all the full drive shows, none of them have a clue about all this shit because they just throw money at everything. They don't actually know shit. Like, don't get me wrong, they're really good at what they do in terms of advertising, and they are really good at going and doing the hard stuff. They are good full drivers, but they're not people that I would go to on advice on towing caravans 24/7 around the country and what problems you're going to raise, because they don't deal with that shit. They pretty much rebuild their car every fucking 6 months almost. Of course they're not going to run into these issues. So, it's just something that people don't understand, and I just think it should be educated to them before they buy, and some sort of training course can offer that. It's just, I just see too many dangerous things with caravans, like a Toyota Camry towing 2.5-ton caravan. Why? Why do you do that? I'm not shitting you. I've seen it in town. Like a hybrid Camry towing a 2.5-ton caravan. Like,
far out.
yeah.
That's a little bit incompatible.
Yeah, I know. I've seen so many stupid things. People think that they get like a Land Cruiser, like a 79 series Land Cruiser, and they tow like a 3.5-ton caravan with it, and It's like, oh, it's a Land Cruiser, it'll be fine. I'm like, not really. They're not really that good at towing, to be honest. Like towing that sort of weight anyway. Like Rangers are designed to do it, but like I said, if you do preventative maintenance, then you won't have problems. You won't end up being stuck in an isolated place needing an engine or gearbox replacement. That's all I'm saying. That's all I'm saying.
I heard this massive bang. Why is the car not moving anymore?
It doesn't go bang. You'll be
Oh,
driving.
why doesn't it go bang?
It doesn't go bang. You get no warning on it. What will happen is you'll be driving along, and then suddenly you'll get loss of power, and then at that stage the engine light will come on, and you'll end up pulling over the side of the road, getting a tow truck. They then compression test and find one of the cylinders has zero compression, and if they look down with a bore scope, they see there's a hole through your fucking piston. You don't get.
I want a
warning.
refund. My car didn't explode when it died.
You do not get a fucking warning whatsoever. So yeah.
That's fucking lame. The cool thing about electronics is that when they go, they fucking go. They go bang, and like, oh shit, what was that?
Yeah, no, I love it when things explode and that.
Yeah, so do I.
My parents were telling me a story that because they lived next door to a is it Minder or St. Vinny's? I can't remember. I think it's St. Vinny's. I can't remember. Anyway, it's a house for it's designed, well, not designed. They bought a shitty fucking house anyway. It's a house for one disabled kid, and they have carers 24/7 with them. Anyway, so he's a severely autistic kid, and so he's been telling everybody, like my mum and dad, and he's been going like the power line across the road is gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up. It's gonna blow up. And then because obviously he could hear some sort of noise coming from it, and yeah, evidently it blew up. Apparently it was spectacular.
Oh wow!
It went bang, and then the whole street lost power.
What was that?
Yeah, the fucking transformer exploded. In the,
oh no!
You know the big box that's on top of the power line? Yeah, that blew up.
I know those.
Yeah.
Oh,
So-
that would have been awesome to watch.
I know. And then so the power company came out to fix it, and then my mom told him that he's been saying for weeks that it's gonna blow. And he's like, maybe I should fucking hire him. She just laughed. So yeah, it's pretty funny. I like it. Another fucking electrical thing. See that King's batteries? The bat box. Their fucking connectors have been melting.
The 12-volt car batteries.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, King's is like King's has sort of like gotten itself into this really weird. The problem with having your brand literally everywhere is that everyone kind of looks at it as it's really, really cheap, which often the time it is. So as far as I'm concerned, King's is sort of turning like the reject shop of car automotive crap.
Don't get me wrong. Like their stuff does have a. I'm just trying to find the original picture of it. I can't really find it. Whatever. It was on the King's Facebook thing anyway, so I'll show it if it's gonna work. No, it's not gonna work. Of course, it's fucking not gonna work. Hang on. Show you what box I'm talking about. That one. There we go. So it's this box here. So it's like that, but that's
Is it a sealed lead acid battery?
No, it's just a box with an inbuilt charger. I don't like that's kind of like what it looks like inside. So the charger's there, and you put the battery. You can put any battery that fits in the box in it. So most people run lithium in them now.
Yeah.
Anyway, this connector here has been melting on a lot of them.
Another one of these fucking things because they had the same problem with the graphics cards.
No, it's an Anderson part. They shouldn't really melt. So the reason why they're melting is the wiring on the inside, and it was only on their 40 amps too. So they're wiring on the inside, so you can see that smorgasbord type of wiring. That's not actually what's inside
Yeah.
the King box, but anyway, I think they're using undersized for the 40 amp. They were using undersized wiring for the like in here, like in here. I think they're using undersized wiring for the connectors, and
Right.
it's been melting it. The bat block, sorry. And yeah, it's been quite a few people reporting the exact same fucking thing. So this is what it looks like on the inside. So I guess I don't want to watch a YouTube episode. So this is like two different brands side by side, iTech World and the Kings one.
Yeah.
I am going to be honest. iTech World and Kings are the same quality. I don't like iTech World actually. I prefer Kings over iTech World, which says a lot. But anyway,
Yeah.
that's just my personal preference. So this is the wiring inside the Kings box, I think it is.
But that's just.
No, that's the iTech World one. So that, like, at least the wiring here looks like it's got a MIDI fuse in there. At least the wiring in here is a bit heavier gauge, so that doesn't look too bad. Like, these battery terminal gauges are appropriate sizes.
Right.
Let's see the Kings one. Here we go. What you focus in? Yeah, see, it looks.
No, I can see. Oh, yeah, okay. Yeah, all right. They are a little bit thinner.
Yeah, I do think that they're a bit undersized, but this is only a 25 amp one, so probably wouldn't be that bad for this one. But
Well, 25 amps is still a lot. Because what comes out of the wall in houses is 10 amps.
yeah, so the isolator's got yeah, they're the same. Oh no, I reckon the King's fucking leads actually the quality
No.
of the cable for that one, the installation's a better quality just by looking at the color
Well,
than the
I
King's
mean,
one. The King's one looks a bit thinner.
looks can be deceiving in that regard. Because the thickness of the cable, that's only going to increase the amount of current that your cables
The reason
can carry
why
before they melt and blow
exactly.
up.
So it's always better when it comes to electrical wiring. It's always better oversize than undersize, obviously, because if you undersize it, will melt and catch on fire. If you oversize, it'll be fine. Like you won't have any
Yeah.
issues. The only thing is, it's just more expensive to do it that way, but it's safer, I think, because you don't want
Yeah.
this catching on fire, especially if you fucking got a lithium battery in it, because otherwise you're gonna know about it.
And only when you're actually thinking about, only when you're considering current, do you actually have to make the cables thicker. If you've got a really high voltage, you can actually make the cable really thin. It's all about the current in terms of how thick your cable needs to be.
Yeah, so that's just be aware, everybody, if you're buying a bat block, that people are just having issues with it. If you want to go tech, it's up to you. I mean, they're both going to do the exact same thing. It's just a box that has wiring already installed for you, so you don't have to do it yourself. With an inbuilt charger. Okay, the one thing I don't like about the bat block is that the charger's inside the box, so it doesn't. So I actually prefer this design. The reason why is because the charger has airflow around it, allowing it to cool, because these do get quite warm. The bat block, it's inside the box and it's sealed.
No, that's not a good idea.
I don't like that design. I really don't like that design.
Yeah, it's inherently not a good idea.
Where like me personally, I would like if I'm not gonna make the wiring system myself, which I might do in the end, just skip this fucking ad. But I'll probably end up getting something like this, which is the kick-ass version. And the reason why is just I just like kick-ass products.
Is it the brand Kick? Oh, it is the brand
Yeah,
Kick-Ass.
yeah. So that looks a lot cleaner than the other two, to me anyway. But same size wiring and all that shit. But like, yeah, just it's a little bit cleaner for me. But anyway, this is their lithium box. And then again, yeah, your charger sits on top of there. But they also have like an all-in-one system now. So like they've got so they've got these two different versions. So you've got that one there, which is like is a control box that has a charger in it as well. They've got this one here. So it's similar. So the battery doesn't go inside this, by the way. This is just a control hub, so you can put all your wiring, control different things. You've got a wireless control module. You've got some charging ports. You got outputs. You got your charger in there, but this actually is all ventilated, so at least you get airflow through it, you know. And then they've got this thing now, which is the Power Boss thing, which that has everything in it. So that's got a 240-volt charger. It's got a solar inverter in a solar MPPT charger. It's got a 80 amp AC/DC charger. It's got a DC/DC
80
charger.
amps, that's a lot.
Yeah. Well, this is designed to run like a setup like that, but with 4 of these batteries. They're 250 amp hour batteries, by the way. So 235 amp hour batteries, by the way. So they're fucking big.
Okay.
They're big boys. But you can run 4 in series and charge it all off that charger. So there's a reason why it's designed like that. Plus, it has inbuilt fans and stuff as well. So it's quite expensive stuff. This is their upper range stuff, or you could just go simple and buy something like that and put an AGM battery in it. There's nothing wrong with doing that. You just gotta buy what your use case scenario is going to be. Like me personally, I probably like am gonna be a little bit overkill with my setup, just so then that way it's just easier. But I could very easily just get like a setup like this minus the inverter. Oh, actually, I'd get an inverter anyway. But
Yeah, because in that way you can have a solar. You can charge it with solar.
well, no, the inverter's for running like 240-volt stuff, so I can put a
Yeah, right.
Yeah. So I can bring like a 240-volt
Oh, hang
cable
on.
and something
Oh, it
like that
doesn't
when I'm
matter.
camping. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
that's what that's for. And 120 amp hour battery is gonna last
So,
most people quite a while.
Oh, I guess the kick-ass. Does the kick-ass? Yeah, okay. Because
So
okay. So the kick-ass isn't. It's not DC out. It doesn't have any DC 240 out at all, does it?
No, unless
Not
you
on the box.
unless you get that, because that's got an inbuilt one inside it. So this
Right.
has an inbuilt inverter inside it. It's got a 2000 watt pure sine wave inverter inbuilt in it, and it's also got the 12-volt 80 amp hour AC/DC charger. Then it's got a 40 amp DC/DC charger, which charges off your car's battery, like car's charging system. And then it's got a 40 amp solar charger, and then it's got a 50 amp DC load output circuit. So something is rated up to 50 amps. And then it also has the full monitoring system. So this will keep an eye on all your batteries.
Right.
So it will let you know each battery. It's really designed for these new batteries that they've brought out, which are the Ultra X line, which is the 230 amp hour ones. Because these are smart batteries. They like talk to each other and whatnot. They're pretty yeah. I spoke to someone who's got the full setup. He's got 4 of these ones, and he's got this whole setup, but with the 4, and spent like nearly $9,000 on it. But he's like a prospector. So he goes to random isolated places in the country, and he'll be gone for like 6 months. And he goes and surveys land where there's potential mining sites. So
okay. I can see why I would need something like that.
Yeah, so he'll go out. His Land Cruiser's got like it's got a canopy and a drill and that on it, and he'll go out for 6 months off grid, and he will have this whole setup. He's got like multiple fridges and shit like that. So he needs the power because he runs a lot of different materials and stuff for work.
Yeah, that's fair.
But he swears by it. He reckons they're really good. He reckons they're built in Australia. I don't believe that. I think they're Australian designed by the kick-ass guys, but I very much don't think they're built in Australia. I reckon they're built overseas and then imported. they're probably designed here, without a doubt. But yeah, like Kick-Ass isn't top of the range. Like it's not Red Arc or anything like that. If anything, I would say Kick-Ass is in between iTech World, Kings, and all that. I think they're at that level, but they've just brought out some stuff that puts them above that level now. So in the mid-range area. So,
Oh, okay.
but yeah, that's what I would do. I've got their like I've got their battery charger, like this thing here. And this thing's fucking. I use this often. This thing will charge your battery in no time. It is insane how fast it charges. And it does AGM regeneration and all that sort of shit as well. So, and it does lithium wake up and all that. It's really handy. I like it. So that's kind of why I'll probably end up getting it. I'm not sponsored by them, by the way. This is just pure my own thoughts. So, yeah. I like things.
Yeah.
It's funny. So yeah. So in the world of cars, are you still looking at getting a new car?
No.
Nah.
No. If I was gonna get a car, it's either gonna be the Daihatsu Hijet or some sort of wagon. I really want either one of those two. I don't want like a fucking sports car because that's just no. I can't put my shit in the back of a sports car, but I can do it with a wagon. Do they still make wagons nowadays? I'm curious. Well, oh, good wagon brands. It's showing me like a fucking kid stroller type of wagon. That's the good car wagon brands. Audi RS6. Well, that's not fucking happening.
Stay away from Audis.
Yeah, yeah, I don't want to go anywhere near a fucking Audi.
Yeah, no,
I've got a colleague who's like, oh, Audis are the best. But the thing is, this guy has just the worst takes and the worst ideas I've ever heard come out of somebody's mouth. I'm thinking like that does not reflect reality. What are you talking about?
Audis are like BMWs. Their wank factor.
Here we go. Yeah. Oh, you can get wagons. I want a 2005 wagon. That's what I want.
2005 wagon.
Yeah, 2000. I really want that boxy shape that looks like that you could get hit by a fucking meteorite and still get you to work on time. 2005 vehicle wagon.
Yeah, there's a lot of fucking Audis for sale, but
I don't fucking want an Audi.
I just don't understand. Only people that are fucking a gluttony for punishment fucking buy BMWs and Audis. It's just pieces of shit.
Yeah,
Actual
I'm not really interested.
Fucking shit cars.
2005 Mitsubishi Lancer wagon.
Oh, yeah, that's not too bad.
Oh, the dash is completely covered in dust. This is perfect.
I really want a key car so badly.
A key car?
Yeah,
like you mean the Daihatsu Hijet? Is that what you mean by key car?
Nah, just any key car.
What define a key car? What is a key car? I feel like I don't know what a key car is. Is this slang? I'm not familiar with this term.
Is it key EIs or just key I?
Are you referring to Kia?
No, it's a type of car. It's like a miniature car.
Oh, like a Daihatsu Hijet, right?
Yeah, like a Daihatsu Hijet, but there's heaps of brands make it.
A 2005 Mercedes-Benz E-Class for wagon for $65,000. Tell him he's dreaming.
Yeah, it is KEI.
KEI.
Yeah, that's what it's called. Yeah, it's a Japanese word. It's like small. So So what am I looking for? Japanese key car.
2005 Holden Commodore wagon for 99,999. Oh, it's a hearse. That's why.
No, I don't think it would be that worth that much. It would be like fucking
No.
contact the dealer or some shit.
$100,000. Oh, that's great.
What if I search key truck? Here we go. Key truck comes up. No, it just comes up with live Echoes and Volkswagens. And they're kind of opposite of that.
No.
All right, fine. Suzuki's small Suzuki Ute.
I just.
Yeah, these little like Daihatsu Hi-Jets. I would really love one.
I fucking want a Daihatsu Hi-Jet so fucking badly.
You know what's it's an underrated car? Subaru Brumbies. People always underrate how capable these things are. They're actually like kind of fun to drive because they're full drive too.
Subaru Brumby.
Yeah, they're an old car now. They're getting on a bit. But yeah,
they look like a Ute.
Yeah, there we
Is
go.
that? Yeah. Okay, so we are talking about the same thing. Also,
I would never, ever in a million years own a combi van unless I put a Porsche motor in it, and I would only drive it once in a blue moon because it would probably break.
Yeah.
But yeah, Daihatsu Hi-Jets are pretty cheap. There's a small, like little Suzuki van you can buy, and they're really short wheelbase. And if you like, I love that Suzuki 1985 Mighty Boy. Fuck yeah, 13 grand. It's got the Esky tray on it. Anyway, so like they're really short wheelbase, and if you slam your brakes on them after going like accelerating for a bit, they'll fucking roll forward.
Oh,
you can flip them. You can make them do a flip.
What?
It's so funny. Suzuki carries. Such a little car. So look at a little fella. Oh man, I would put an LS in that thing. I'd cut out the back of it. And just put an LS engine in it. It'd be so fun. There is actually one that goes to the drag competition that's got an LS in it.
Yeah.
I forgot what it's called. But...
Holden Commodore Berliner.
But like, I still can't get over like Land Cruisers and all that. None of them have come down in price. It's so annoying. Like,
okay, I guess that's Land Cruiser owners for you.
Expensive, yeah. It's ridiculous how expensive they're. Like a 2020 Toyota Hilux is still 41,000, and it's got 200,000 k.
Oh wow! What?
What the fuck? Like,
holy crap!
And then like, 79 series Land Cruisers, like they're so expensive for what they are. Like, yeah, and like even like the Chinese stuff, people are going on about, Chinese stuff, they're nice and cheap, like all your Great Walls and Cherries and that. They're still like 40 to 50 to 60 grand. Like they're still in that range of a name brand anyway, like a proper brand.
Yeah, right.
I wouldn't call them proper brands because I mean the proper brands in China, but the shit. So and then Mandra's apparently getting a bit more popular. Fucking fools. But yeah. Still can't. I had a look the other day to see if I could get oil filters for Mandras. Still can't.
Yeah.
Still can't.
Oh.
Yeah, you have to get it from a dealership, but there's hardly any dealers. So you just can't get it. Not easily anyway. Like there's a bit of wait. It's like a couple of months wait.
Shit.
There's a Kia Tasman already for sale on second hand. Only done 2,000 kilometers from Queensland. 73,000. Why? I don't get that. See, look. Why is he selling it? Let's have a look.
Selling how many Ks?
Demo now in stock, so it's a demo. That's why.
Oh, okay, yeah.
It's a demo. It's like their fucking hire car, basically. I wouldn't own one. I'll drive one, but I wouldn't own one. I do like that though. I do like it's got storage in the tub. That's actually kind of handy. They just look like arse. Everything's just cheap looking on it. Like, and why do car manufacturers do this? Why do you put the fucking four-wheel drive selector in the center console where you can spill shit on it?
Yeah.
What the fuck?
Oh yeah, that's not a good idea.
Why
That's
do they
really
do
not
that
a good
every
idea.
fucking time? Don't put your buttons next to the cup holders. Why would you do that? Why? Why, engineers? Why? Why do you put cup folders next to your fucking important electronics to control your fucking car? What the fuck? People are messy and they will spill drinks all over their electronics, and then they will have to take it into Kia and get it fixed. That's why they're doing it, because they want you to spill drink on it because it won't be covered under warranty. Fucking, they have all this space. Look at all this space on the center that they could put these buttons. Instead, they stick them there. Oh my god, that aggravates me. That really aggravates me. Car designers in 2025 fucking rocks in their head, or they're actually really smart because they want you to spend more money because they know that it's gonna break. Wankers.
I just found I found a 2006 Holden Astra CD with a wagon.
No.
I can stick with a Holden Astras.
No, I don't know how.
Forever.
I don't know how your car's still fucking running, man.
It's getting closer to 500,000 kilometers.
You're
It's like I think it's less than 10,000 kilometers away from hitting 500,000 kilometers.
You're lucky you didn't get a diesel one because fucking they're junk. But yeah, actually, all the diesel, like all the like Captivas, Cruisers, and that, they're just all shit, man. It's fucked. It's such a shit car. You can hear Ray screaming. It's really funny.
Yeah, I can.
Yeah.
What's she screaming about?
They're playing Little Nightmares 2 or 3 or the newest
Oh, yeah, be 3. It'd be 3.
Yeah, that's what they're doing. Yes. Anyways, I had a real fucking rant. Actually, speaking of game news, Battlefield 6 was apparently really positive on the launch.
Yeah, I've heard good things about it.
I haven't seen
Actually,
a negative thing about it, actually. It's fucking rare. This is probably the first Battlefield launch that has launched without hiccups.
Yeah.
Obviously the OG ones never really had hiccups because it was like running on bloody...
It was running, like, I was playing that game in, like, 2003.
Yeah, you don't really need... It came out in 2002.
2, I think it was, yeah.
Yeah, so there wasn't really much you could stuff up on that.
No, it either worked or it didn't. There was no day one patch.
But no, it's actually working quite well, which is quite interesting. I'm excited to play it. I will admit I'm a little bit stingy about fucking paying $100 for it, but that's just me. That's my problem. But I'm actually keen to play it. It's looking, because I love the beta. The beta was really good. You definitely need to upgrade your computer so you can play it.
Yeah,
you've already got a new CPU, don't you?
Yeah, I've got a new CPU, new graphics card. I just need to go through the whole updating the motherboard and whatnot. So I've been really lazy.
Have you got a new SSD as well?
No, not yet.
So that's the one last thing you got to do to install.
Yeah, I'll have to install that. I'm not sure. I'll have to look into it whether I can install Helldivers 2 and Battlefield on the NVMe and keep Steam on the hard disk drive. I'm not sure if that's going to work or not.
I mean, you can do that. Because I have model drives, which you already know. So I've got 2 M.2 NVMe drives. One is a 1 terabyte Samsung Pro 9 at 90, the fastest one. That's my C drive. And then my secondary drive is it's not as fast as my C drive. It's the one down from that. And that is my game drive, which has all my games installed on it. And then I also have 2 other hard drives on my computer that are for games and other various things. And eventually I'll get an 8 terabyte spinning disk, which will be my production drive, which will have all my edited videos and that on it, or my future edited videos, I should say.
Yeah.
Um,
I
yeah,
I'm gonna wait until the 4 terabyte NVMe's come down in price.
yeah, they're pretty expensive at the
Um,
moment, but yeah,
they're as expensive as a 2.5 inch, but I'm hoping to
yeah.
get like a 4 terabyte. Um, just
Yeah, I mean, you can
more
even
space.
run games off of a SATA hard drive as well. Like in terms of speed, like yeah, it's faster on the M.2's NVMe's, but a SATA is still plenty fast enough to run a game quite well. So
Yeah.
with those who are looking to buy a computer and can't afford NVMe drive, like look at SATA because the SATA prices for the 4 terabytes is actually quite competitive, especially
It's
on
about
special.
on
So
par with what I've seen. So NVMe one
mm.
terabyte, $100.
Yeah, they're cheap. And
Um,
when you go to 100 to 1 to 2 terabytes is nice priced. When you go up to
yeah,
4, that's when the price kind of jumps a bit.
yes,
It jumps quite significantly amount.
yeah.
Yeah,
It's
Bes-
weirdly enough, it's cheaper per terabyte when you get to 4 terabytes.
yeah, it
I'm
usually
seeing
is.
one that's $350,
That's actually
and
not bad.
okay,
Yeah, yeah.
yeah, $350, and then when you get into the more crucial brands and whatnot, it jumps.
Yeah,
Uh,
I wouldn't cheap out on storage because I've had quite a few cheaper storage devices fail on me.
oh yeah.
So I would be careful. That's why I stick with Samsung because Samsung's pretty reliable. Um, I've had a crucial card fail, crucial hard drive fail on me, and I've had SanDisk, like my old SanDisk, my old laptop that failed on me, and I've had um PNY. That don't touch that brand. That failed after 2 months.
Oh really? Holy crap!
Mm-hmm. So
I
yeah, I've had quite
wonder
a few
if
drives fail on me over the years.
yeah, right.
Yeah. Anyway, this is the reason why I like computers and stuff because, like, I helped out work colleague with his computer and that, and like he was gonna offer money for it and stuff. He ended up just basically money to buy an alcohol with it, but it was just sort of a help out sort of situation. I said, nah, like I like doing this for fun. Don't get me wrong. If it wasn't a friend, I probably wouldn't do it for free.
Yeah,
Because of how much time and effort I put into him. But yeah, no, I'd be happy to do it just because I like the guy. He's a nice guy.
that's
Willing
fair.
to help him out and whatnot. But anyone else, I probably would not do it or not do it for free anyway if it was just some random.
Mm.
But yeah, nah, I did prevent his computer from potentially catching on fire though. Because he bought a pre-built,
Nice.
and it was the fan connector. So the fan connector, it was the 3-pin fan connectors.
Yes.
Yeah, so they did actually a good job of the wire management. But what happened was, when whoever put the case together, they shoved all the wires like you normally do. You shove it in somewhere in the case we don't see it. They zip tied it all up, so it was like a neat bundle. But when they shoved it in there, they accidentally put too much tension on the fan connector, and
Yeah.
instead of being together like that and all completely sealed and whatnot, it was pushed in and bent like that. So the prongs were actually bent out like that, and it was about like 1 to 2 millimeter away from the case.
Yeah,
Um,
that's not a good idea.
but it was also like amongst the bundle of cords. And as people know, when you get heat mixed in with that insulation of the fabric insulations, they're quite flammable. So
Oh, fuck.
it would have caused a fire. Like I said, it's not that bad of a mistake. Like it was just an unlucky situation when they were putting the case together. Like I'm not saying that they don't know what they're doing or anything like that. It's just, well, actually, no, they didn't know what they were doing. I'll explain that as something completely different, software related. But yeah, so when they did that, they just pushed it in, and then all I did was just clean it up, fix it up, and then fix the pins in them, which is pretty easy on the fan connectors. I just used I have an iFixit kit, and I have like a tool that can fix pins in it. So you
Yeah.
put the pin in, and it will evenly straighten the pin for you. It's like a pin repairing tool. Anyway, so I just used that, repaired it, put it in, done, easy, no dramas. But where they didn't know what they were doing, at least they didn't fucking quality control. So the original problem was he wanted to play Battlefield 6 on his computer. And his computer, when he first bought it, had Windows 11, but it couldn't run Windows 11.
Yeah, didn't have the system requirements for Windows 11.
And it had the hardware requirements, but it didn't have the system enabled requirements. So to run Windows 11, you have to have secure boot enabled, right?
Yeah.
As a requirement for Windows 11. If you don't have it enabled, it will cause all sorts of issues, which is what happened to him. So he got this computer shipped in with Windows 11 already pre-installed, and then he was getting blue screen after blue screen after blue screen after blue screen, to the point where he ended up installing Windows 10 on it, which ran smoothly. Jump to Battlefield Beta. Battlefield Beta came out, and he really wanted to play it, but then he found out that you can't play it without secure boot. So then he was like, fuck. And then he started talking to me about it. Originally, he was going to drop it off to one of his cousins to fix it up or whatnot. And he was talking to me about it. And I said, oh, yeah. Yeah, you just got to enable I asked him, I said, have you updated your BIOS? Because he's got a relatively new motherboard, so it would have secure boot, like as it would have it in there. Because it's a Ryzen 4, but it's a later gen Ryzen 5 variation, which means that it's like up to current date, basically. And so it's not like an old aimed like already a 3-year-old fucking motherboard and CPU. Like it came out like last year, like it was built last year, so it's like very current. And when I was looking at the build date now, anyway, and I told him that like you just need to enable secure boot and then do it. And he said, "Yeah, I've tried that, but it just won't. It doesn't work. Like I have to do something with the fucking hard drive or some shit. I've got to enable something, but when I do that, like all the options disappear and some shit." And I was trying to remember, we had to do the same thing with Ray's computer when we first, not her new one, but the old one that's in the big white case. And when we moved out here, her computer malfunctioned and we ended up having a hard drive get corrupted, and we had to reformatting and change the format from TTI to GPI. I've forgotten the two. There's two formats anyway. I'm not going to bother rattling because I can't remember off the top of my head. Anyway, I was like, well, I'll help you out with that if you need it. And he's like, oh, yeah, that'd be really kind. And anyway, so he brought his computer on one night. We reformatted his hard drive, and then I was able to enable secure boot. So what happens if you, on his computer, and this is where they fucked up. So they installed Windows 11 without doing simple things. Without, 1, enabling secure boot in the BIOS. 2, formatting the hard drive from the fucking get-go to the correct format, which is the GPTI or whatever, which it has to be able to have secure boot enabled. So, and then they just basically, so they didn't do any of that, and then they just installed Windows 11 and fucking sent it. The problem is Windows 11 without secure boot will crash all the time. It was having issues. So that's why it's up going Windows 10. So he comes over, I end up going with him. I'm trying to remember at the same time because it was so long ago since I did it with Ray's computer that I've forgotten the steps, and then I was like, and then got into the command center and initiated the reformatting of the drive. You can do that. It's quite safe to do it while the drive's still on the computer with things on it. It just changes the format without actually reformatting the drive. It's actually inbuilt Windows tools to do this. So we did that, and then enabled secure boot, and fucking awesome. Download the Windows 11 checker, got green ticks all around. And I said to him, because he didn't have any, so he had everything installed on the C drive, which means that his C drive was 1 terabyte and it was basically almost full because he's got his games installed on there. I told him probably wouldn't hurt because his motherboard doesn't have room for another M.2 drive. I said, you've got a drive bay in this little case. It's only a small case. I said, probably better off getting a SATA drive, like a SATA solid state drive, to install your games on. Then that way your computer run quite nicely and keep up to date. So keep up with the other computers and all the current games and shit. So, and then obviously you'll want Windows 11, as Windows 10 is now discontinued. It's just a safer and better option to just keep Windows 11, and there's nothing really wrong with it. And he's like, yeah, sure. Could you help me with that? So I did. So I installed the C drive, rearranged his wiring to obviously fix it with that one issue. Installed it, installed Windows 11. Before I did all that, moved all his files, like his files he needs to keep, across to his new drive. So then that way he's got it all there as backups. Installed Steam, and all that sort of stuff, because whenever I install Windows, I always do it in offline mode. So I will run all the command prompts to basically make it first time user scenario, so I don't have to log into Windows or anything like that, or need to connect up to the internet. I basically bypass all that shit. And then also I run that program that enables me to basically turn off all the spyware. And I do all that shit. So I did all that for him. And then he messaged me like that Sunday night. It's like, oh, I'm having issues. My computer froze while I was playing a game. I'm like, okay. First thing came in my head was like, what game are you playing? He's like, Astroneer. I'm like, well, it's definitely not that. You can run that on just fucking RAM sticks. And I was like, well, have you checked to see whether it was updating any drivers? And then he turns it on and is like, oh, it still keeps freezing. It's nothing's happening. I'm like, okay, so it's obviously installing a driver and something's going wrong while it's doing it. So I said to him, plug it into an Ethernet, port, because this happened to me when I first bought my computer. What happens, Windows is really dumb for this. So when it installs, say for example, your Wi-Fi driver, it will install and download the driver at the fucking same time. So what happens to Wi-Fi when it does that? It turns off. What happens to your driver installation while it's doing that? It freezes because it needs internet connection. That's exactly what happened to him.
Fuck.
So once he connected up to the Ethernet port, it then fixed itself and stopped freezing on him. And then he found a fucking list of drivers it was in the middle of installing at the same time. So it was installing like core drivers, like CPU core drivers. It was installing like RAM control module drivers. It was installing like everything major hardware components, as well as the Wi-Fi fucking card driver. So when the Wi-Fi driver obviously disconnected from the internet because it's installing and downloading a drive at the same time, it fucking just crashed the whole computer.
Oh, well, that's not good.
Because it's also installing, I don't know, the CPU drivers, the RAM drivers, the graphics drivers, like everything at the same time. So anyway,
oh my fucking god!
I said just leave it for a little bit, let it install, and then you can disconnect it from the Ethernet cable and go about your ways. That's what he did, and yeah, happy days. Windows 11 is so dumb. Like, you'd think it would download the driver, then install it like it does on Windows updates, but it doesn't. It installs and downloads drivers at the same time. Never understood why it does that, but it does, and it will break. So if you're building a computer and your computer crashes and you're on Wi-Fi only, you're not plugged in with Ethernet, troubleshoot those issues, and you'll probably find that it has done exactly that. It's in the middle of installing drivers and downloading drivers at the same time, and it fucking disabled the Wi-Fi or the Bluetooth or whatever fucking you're doing. It just does it all the time. Yeah. Stupid computers. Anyway.
You think I would have figured them out by now?
Yeah, I know. But anyway, here's what it is. Well,
Yeah.
we're probably gonna call it an end to the show there, since it's just gone over an hour and a bit, and I've gotten a rant about computers.
Yeah.
I really don't know. Oh, this person's playing Battlefield 6. Maybe we can raid into someone who's playing Battlefield 6. Will they have a dog in the background? I like dogs. All right, let's do it. Let's wait into some
All
random
right.
person. All right. Thank
All
you,
right.
everybody. Hope you have a good day and night, depending on the world. Thank you for tuning in. I will upload this video today or tomorrow when I could be bothered anyway. And yeah, we will see you next time. Just let me raid this person. Oh my god, so stupid. Everything is so difficult. Anyway, catch you later. See you next time. Have a good day.
See you around, guys.
Bye.
See ya.